So, yesterday morning I set out from San Antonio to drive home. Rabbi Yokov Wolbe, we spoke on the phone a little bit. He said, would you do the Devorah Torah? And I said, sure. I had no idea what I would be talking about. But on the way home, I heard this very annoying sound the entire way home. And the more I heard it, the more I became extremely irritated. It was a sound, do-do, do-do, just incessantly, over and over again. And the reason it was so irritating to me, because that was the sound of my phone from those work emails piling in, one after another after another. So by the time I got to Highway 99 to make my way up to Kingwood, I was really dreading going home to my office and dealing with all those mundane tasks. And then I started thinking about my company's business plan, the big picture, the overarching goal of the organization. And I started thinking about how all those little mundane tasks that I was dreading, how they all fit in to that overarching goal. And when I started thinking about those tasks in that light, then they started to take on meaning. They no longer became mundane. They had purpose because they fit into an overarching goal. In this week's Parsha, we learn about the mitzvot around the holidays, the holiest days of the year for the Jewish people. And there's many tasks that go in to those holidays. Some of them seem very mundane, like cleaning the chametz out from our home for Pesach, going through the Haggadah and scraping out remnants of last year's meal, buying cheesecake for Shavuot, building the sukkah for Sukkot. All of those things, as we're doing them, can begin to seem a little mundane. But if we identify that they're there to serve the overarching goal of a Jew, then they become meaningful as well. And you can take that a step further. All of our tasks, our occupation, running errands, paying bills, if we think about all those tasks in light of the overarching goal that we have as Jews, then all those tasks can become meaningful. And what is that overarching goal of a Jew? It's one thing. It's the very reason Hashem created this world and created us. And that is to develop a relationship with Hashem. If you examine the word emunah, it does not mean faith that God exists. It means faith that Hashem wants a relationship with us. And we exhibit that by showing Him that we put our trust in Him for all of our needs. And we recognize when misfortune comes our way that those are there as well to bring us closer to our overall goal, reaching that relationship with Hashem. Now, some may argue with me and say, no, Dan, you're wrong. It's not one overarching goal for the Jew to develop a relationship with Hashem. It's two. It's a relationship with Hashem, and it's a relationship with your fellow man. And the argument would be that's because the Ten Commandments are bifurcated in such a manner. But my counter argument to that would be that the Jewish people only heard two mitzvot. And our sages teach us that those two mitzvot were all-encompassing of all the mitzvot and all of Torah. And what were those mitzvot? A positive one, I am Hashem your God. You know you can rely on me. You know I want a relationship with you because I took you out of the land of Egypt. And a negative commandment, do not put any other gods before me. Stay focused on me. Because that is the foundation of a relationship. So if that is the case, if the Jew has one overarching goal, everything we do feeds into that one thing, all the mitzvot, all the holidays, into building that relationship with Hashem, then where do those mitzvot of your fellow man, where do those fit into the equation? And the answer is, those are a natural byproduct of us developing that emunah in Hashem. And they then occur naturally and just become a natural extension of that process. When you read the Shema, there's a line we say in there. Remember and obey all my mitzvot and be holy. Two very distinct, independent sets of instructions, which means that they can either be done at the same time or not be done at the same time. Obviously, Hashem wants us to do those two things together. We can put on tefillin, we can daven, light Shabbos candles, but all the while, we can do that without being holy, without keeping our minds focused on the overarching goal, which is to do those activities in order to build a relationship with Hashem. And it's also an independent set of instructions, because even when we're not doing mitzvot, we're supposed to be holy and keep our minds focused on what we're really doing everything for, whether it's our occupation, paying bills, running errands. All those activities in some way, too, fit into our overarching goal as a Jew. And that is one thing, to know Hashem and to love Hashem with all our heart and all our soul and all our resources. I want to thank all of you for studying Torah every week. I look for the day that I can, hopefully, God willing, be out here in this community and be part of it on a regular basis. Thanks.
Amen.